Hello and welcome everyone to the Undebatables podcast, the podcast where they choose problems that no one have ever had, subject that no one have ever thought about, and we debate them to find the solution for it. Today I will be your host Jamil, and I have my co-host.
I'm your host, Ashlyn Kane.
And as a guest today, we're gonna have our lovely guest James.
Hello.
So James, can you introduce yourself today?
Right, okay, hello there. My name is James. I am a British comedian. Ooh, how exciting.
No
I'm-
one have ever guessed that from the
No,
accent.
no one would ever guess
We
that.
have a foreigner on this podcast.
Oh,
Finally.
dear. And if I were to describe myself in one word, it would be a nuisance.
Oh,
Oh, we're gonna say
Okay.
that after the podcast.
We'll see how this
we'll see,
goes.
we'll see how like generally aggressive we get towards each other.
So today's subject is sports with ball are extra.
as
Oh.
in, there's too much going on.
Yes.
There's too much going on.
And
So-
how we gonna decide who gonna on which side? This coin gonna do it. So James, since you are our guest, you have the opportunity to choose.
Ooh.
Heads, if heads, you wanna debate for it or against it.
Sure, if heads, I'll debate for it.
All right. So
Okay.
heads, you're for it.
Yeah, heads, I'm
Tails, you're against it.
Okay.
And let the coin decide.
for it.
Tails,
Tails, what does that mean?
you're against it.
I'm against it. So
oh,
I think
this is gonna be fun.
So I think that sports with balls aren't extra.
Yeah.
Exactly.
Okay.
This is gonna be fun.
And since Ashin, you're gonna be 4,
Okay.
you have the opening scene.
All right. Sports with balls. They've been around for ages, and nobody likes them. Everyone likes them. Who am I kidding? But they're
Strong
extra, and that's a problem because they are several sports, like running and jumping and throwing, but they're smushed together, and that's bad because you can't smush things together and call it a new thing. No one has ever done that, and it's a bad decision to make. No one should ever do it. And so I rest my case that
Rest your
sports
case.
sports with balls are extra. They're too much.
Okay. James, do you have a comeback for that?
I do. People of the audience, Ashlyn, Jamil,
Thank you.
life is boring. And to
enough.
make it more interesting, you need balls.
You need to have balls to enjoy life. And you're just
Right, no,
boring.
okay, let me clarify actually. Right. Okay, so have you ever had it where you're just
Thank you,
walking
everyone. The choice
Good evening. So, have you had it, where you're just, you're walking down the street and you think, wow, this is boring. What could you do? Maybe you could get an audiobook. Maybe you could do what other people do and listen to music. But no, you need to make life more interesting. Get a ball. All these sports, they're not extra. They just make life more interesting. I love watching people kick a ball around for 90 minutes on television. You can hear it in my voice. I really love doing that. And I'm not just being sarcastic because I have to argue for the other side. Anyway, it's very exciting, Who needs to watch people running? Why don't you watch people running with a ball? They all fall over, and that will make things more interesting. Wow! See, there are so many advantages to having a ball.
To your point, I'm not arguing against you, but as a kid, one thing you do when you're bored, you start kicking a rock as a ball.
There you go. See, Jamil, kicking rocks as balls.
Wait, why is kicking a rock the same thing as kicking a ball?
Because you don't have a ball, you get the closest thing for it as a rock.
So if there was a puppy next to you, would
Oh God, no!
you kick it, treating it like a ball?
That's your own decision.
Yeah, no.
We are not arguing that.
You've opened the door. I'm just walking through it.
To all
So
the
are you
members,
saying a rock and a puppy is basically the same thing?
I mean, if you're gonna kick it, if you're gonna treat it like it is,
to all
yes.
the members of Twitter who are watching right now, I'm not a part of this.
I do not
Yes,
support
thank you.
animal abuse. That's why I'm calling him out for his bullshit. I tell the truth,
No.
people.
People who are against rock abuse, they can come against after me.
People have pet rocks. You
They
shouldn't
do.
abuse
And
them.
they should kill themselves.
Wait, what?
This is the stance that he is taking. We do not
Against
hold,
rocks.
we do not hold ourselves responsible. Only
Okay.
John Mill can hold us.
So, as a moderator, I'm supposed to bring you
Yeah.
to the topic and not outside
Yeah.
of it.
Also, we're not supposed to be arguing with each other.
So,
Chaos. Nah.
See, you
That's
can
what
make life
sports do
more
to us.
interesting without balls.
Well. This isn't a sport, though, is it? Ash? Well, I think this would be much more exciting. Imagine if this was debate, sport debate. We had a ball, we were just... do you not find that? Do you not think... See, look.
we find it interesting.
I'm more
I still
laughing.
don't understand this.
I'm laughing incredulously as to how that would make things more interesting
could
because
be
it
like,
made it all silent just
and then you
now.
would be... Wah! And then I go... Wah! And then...
Well,
you
then
know.
we would not be debating anymore. We'd just be playing catch.
Noises.
I'd be your dad, and we'd be playing catch with each other. I just want to bond with my child. I went to go get cigarettes like
Oh,
20 years
no.
ago, and I just want to throw around a little pigskin with my child.
I'm scared as to where this conversation has gone. How did we get here? It's
Well,
only
this is
been
what
like-
happens when you involve balls into things. Children live without their fathers.
Okay.
Their dad's
Settle
going to get
down,
cigarettes
settle
and do
down.
not come back.
Your father will come back one day.
No, he's
I hope not.
yeah, he's dead, so I hope not either.
So she miss him probably. I don't want to know. But no one wants him to be back.
Yeah, once again, things have been made more interesting without the advents of balls
So let's focus on just sports with or without balls.
and not my dead father.
Exactly, with or without balls.
Mm. I would like you to please retract that statement. That was disrespectful.
I don't want to elaborate more on that because getting more disgusting and out of context. So, Ashlyn, what do you have against sports that have no balls? So let we
Wait,
agree, like,
no, I think that sports without balls are superior
how?
because you get to use the human body, the miracle of the human body to achieve the feats of athleticism.
Are you trying to imply that whenever there's a sport with a ball in it, you're not using your body? As if like a football just lands in front of you and your whole body just just sort of
I don't know what
flops.
I'm supposed to do here.
I'm supposed to answer the question. Yes, you get possessed by a demon every time it is the ball demon and it becomes
the ball demon.
extra.
So you do nothing until you touch the ball. That's when you get possessed.
And I don't like that. I think that you should be playing the natural way, the way God intended with the human body. Running, that's a real sport. Jumping, pole vaulting, that's a real sport. But golf is not a real sport, okay? There's a ball involved. I don't like it.
Every time I disagree with one of your points, I'm putting on another bow tie. So I've just got some bow ties here. If you guys want to look more snazzy, you can also have one. Do you guys want a bow tie?
If I disagree with something that you say, I
Okay,
would
you-
like to.
Since I will be the moderator and a neutral person,
You don't want...
I will stay without
Okay.
without bow tie. I
I
will
just-
keep my balls.
Okay.
You're just gonna let that sit there.
Yeah.
Let's put that in the out of context bit. That's
Yes.
really great.
Shh, don't tell them the behind the scenes of how this happens. Late.
So I disagree with you.
Okay.
Okay, because demons, right? Demons possessing you. What are you talking about? What is that? Why? Alan? Why?
I don't know. Ask the demons.
Ask the demon. Okay, well.
No, there's multiple demons. How many soccer players do you think there are, or football players?
At least one. That isn't incorrect. that isn't an incorrect statement. There are at least
I concede.
there are at least one people in this world. One people? There is at least
people.
one person
One
in this
whole
world.
people.
Yes, and I'm the one. Oh dear, my ancestors are looking back at me and going, James, why?
My
Um,
ancestors are
You're
looking back.
defending football.
I
So
am
your
defending
ancestors are
football.
proud of you.
My
Okay,
ancestors are proud of me for demolishing the English on behalf of my Irish ancestors.
Well,
So,
okay.
back-
Sorry. Yeah, back to the topic. I'm sorry.
Yes. So there's at least one football player.
There is at least one football player. We have established this.
Yes. So one football player possessed by a demon.
Yeah.
Yes.
So
At the time.
but there's multiple football players,
Okay.
meaning multiple ball demons.
Multiple
I
ball
know.
demons.
So for the audience who don't know how many football player per team, there is 11 of them
11 of them.
per
11.
per team. So 22
Okay.
on the field.
How many teams are there in the world?
At least
A
2.
lot.
We will put the actual number in post right here.
So that's how we're gonna calculate how many demons are there in the world.
Yes. How scared we should be of them.
But wait,
But wait.
demons are not only so everyone who plays with the ball is possessed by a demon.
Yes. Yes.
James, I'm the moderator here.
What do you mean you're the moderator? What's that as an ending? What's that as an opening for
I'm
anything?
just
What the
go-
hell?
I'm
Okay.
going along with it.
You're going along with it. Fine. Okay.
Children are being possessed by demons at an alarming rate,
This
and
has
we
just
need to
become
be
a
stopped.
PSA. Like,
Yeah. I just came on to this podcast today to let parents know to be scared of demons.
4 out of 5 people are affected by ball demons every year.
See, the opposition agrees with me.
Well, okay. The thing is, right, I think if these demons are possessing us and making us better at sport, right, and if they're helping us with sports, and if they're helping us exercise, then how bad can they really be? They're helping us exercise. They're making us better people.
They're taking away your free will. Their demons need to control your body now.
I'm not sure if it's James who's arguing now or the demon in a separate
The
language.
demon hasn't figured out how to speak English yet.
That's the cutest demon ever.
But there's no ball in their hand, so.
I think I'm a rather nice person when it comes down to it.
All right,
Well,
so.
no, okay, so right, okay, the demon might take away your free will, but, like, there's a whole philosophical question. Do we even have any free will? Ooh, I'm getting deep.
Yes,
I am.
we had free will until the demons took it
Until the
away
demons
from us.
Took it from us.
This is not a philosophical discussion. There is a right and wrong
Excuse me,
answer,
the
and it
demons
is
want
my
us-
side.
The demons want us to live our best lives, okay, Ashley?
Playing sports.
They're playing
With balls.
sports.
Okay, but think of the damage caused by balls in by balls in sports. Literally yesterday, we were at a restaurant with a television on the screen, and there was a game on the screen, and on that
Gasp.
television there were people screaming
Oh!
very, very loudly at the ball being kicked into the goal, and that is very upsetting to me.
Excuse me, Ashley, but people are just trying to enjoy their lives, okay?
They should stop that.
They should just stop.
They should stop
Well,
that.
thanks for watching, everyone. And on that note,
We settled it.
well, they're
I
just,
shouldn't don't like it, so it's bad.
Yeah, no more.
they're
of it.
just trying to live their best life. They just want to watch people
think-
possessed by demons kicking balls across
But think
a really
of the
big
damage
field.
to your eardrums by these loud people.
That's
This doesn't have to be that loud.
I
Can
have
they
to-
not sit there and then quietly enjoy a ball of sport game?
I have to concede, and that is a good point, okay? But it has nothing to do with whether the game itself is good or bad. It is not.
It is a I almost said Mandela effect. It's a domino effect caused by the ball demons.
The ball
All
de-
demons.
Is this gonna be like some weird conspiracy that like everything that ever like bad that's ever happened in society is just because of the ball demons?
The
Like
balls work for the bourgeoisie.
I
What
will
is
leave
this?
it as it is.
yeah, this isn't like we're not even gonna debate at this point. It's just gonna be like conversations about the ethics and
Okay,
morals
so-
of the ball
Yes.
demons.
Let's stop about the demons and society.
Okay.
Let's go back to sports.
Sorry,
Let's go
okay.
back to the balls.
God.
So what about the sports that does not have balls?
Those are good sports. I like those sports. They're allowed to exist.
But they are not as extra as the one with balls.
That is true.
So what you're telling me is someone kicking a ball around for... my voice broke there. I didn't realize I just hit puberty. So what you're telling me is that someone kicking a ball around for 90 minutes is less extra than seeing how high you can jump while running in a long line.
Yes.
Come on, that is so extra. Like, come now. Like,
How is it extra? You're doing only one activity.
you're doing 2 activities. You're running and jumping. Oh,
Well-
3 as well. You're breathing. 4,
They-
you're seeing as well.
Are you telling me breathing is a sport? Seeing is a sport?
I'm a very competitive person, Ashley.
I've been breathing for over 20 years now. I'm doing it great. I've beat lot of people.
I am a breath athlete. I'm a brathlete. You are not very good at seeing, so you are not a sathlete,
No,
but
I'm
I am
not
a
a
sathlete.
sathlete.
I have 20/20 vision.
Ah, well, I don't have 20/20 vision. I have 20/21 vision. I'm sorry.
But
You are no longer allowed on this podcast.
Goodbye, everyone. Thanks for having me.
No.
there is still fight in you.
Okay. There is. Yes, there is fight. You have awakened the ball demon
Demon.
inside of me. You have awakened the ball demon, and they're here to argue. Okay, right. So, right. Implying that those games are extra, right, implies that, they're too much. It implies they're over the top, okay?
Yes.
I do not think they're over the top. I think there are many things we do. You don't need balls to be over the top. You don't need. Let me clarify. You don't need sports in balls. Or balls.
You don't need sports in balls. That's
you don't
true.
Need balls in sports to be extra. We clarified this earlier. You don't need balls in sport to have fun, right? But in the same way, you don't need balls in sport to be extra. There are just sports without that are extra. What about sports without balls in them?
Name one sport without balls that is extra.
Again, as I said, I genuinely think hurdles is extra.
I disagree.
Well, you disagree?
They are they are gliding like a gazelle, and then they jump, and then they go, whew, and then they land on their feet, and they do. What part of that is extra?
The whole
choreography that you did.
The fact that the fact that you like put. When I'm talking about football, I would not describe it as.
I would describe football as. That is way more effort.
No, because that's very real, you know.
So is gliding like a
Excuse me.
gazelle.
I have never seen in a period of my life where I have been like, but I have been in periods of my life where I was like,
What are you talking about? You used to do ballet.
excuse me, ballet doesn't have a ball in it, and it's really extra.
It's not extra, but it's one that goes.
It does go.
And it's a good thing.
It is a good thing.
If you'd stayed with ballet, then you would understand why I'm afraid of the ball.
There's a reason why I stopped doing ballet.
The ball demons were calling towards you.
Well, I'm not very good, to be honest with you. Like, to be succinct, I'm not particularly good at most sports. Like, Spools.
Sport.
So from now on, we're gonna call sports with balls as balls.
Spalls.
Yeah, so, I've never really been good at any sport, let alone spools.
Okay, we can't keep doing this.
I'm doing. You guys, you told me you should commit to it, okay?
Yes. The same way I'm resurrecting the term V-bait.
V-bait.
We are creating terms in this podcast. We
I-
are,
I- I-
We are
revolutionizing
expanding
the
the language, but we never thought to ask at what cost.
Yeah, exactly.
Are we expanding the language?
30 minutes per day of you watching.
And for a small fee of just €7, you can watch us and support us.
Do you guys have a Patreon yet?
No.
Mm,
You can give us money
Directly
directly.
the money,
Yeah.
You could give us money
Come
directly
to
by
our shows in
emailing.
Vienna.
Yeah.
This is
Support
our
us.
IBAN.
If you don't live in Vienna, move to Vienna and then come support our show.
Yes. Okay.
Just give us money. Send us money. We'll give you our address.
That was the ad break. What you call it? Donation collection break.
Yeah.
let's go to the podcast and the debate.
Okay.
Welcome back to the podcast.
Okay. So, hurdles and ballet. Well, ballet is not technically a sport, but it is.
Ooh, you're
No,
gonna
it's a
get
form
some
of
very- It's a
dance.
form of dance, but you'll definitely have some people in the comments section. Hi guys, you definitely have some people in the comments section
I'm
arguing. This is the demon inside me. I'm sorry.
Yes.
You would have people in the comments definitely arguing that dance is a sport. You know, you're working out, you're using your muscles. I think dance is very extra. I like dance. That doesn't mean it's a bad thing. I don't think being extra
No.
is a bad thing. You know, I just think a little bit of pizzazz. And what's more pizzazzy than dance? Than ballet.
Thank you
then-
for arguing for my point. That's why.
But no, because like they are extra. But the dancers are also extra. You know,
But they're a good
pizzazz.
kind. They're a good kind of extra.
I know, but the
the
argument-
peaceful kind of
but
extra.
it's still extra though.
No, not in the way that ball sports are extra.
Well, what is the way that ball
I
sports are
literally
extra?
demonstrated the difference between ball sports and good sports.
Okay, was the difference and
Yes. You
Okay.
never listen to me.
okay, what about if you're thinking of sports that are like super extra, what about I forgot what the difference between is, but a form like not parkour, but like there's like competitive free running, and it's like where instead of trying to get, because like I know there's like a form of like where you learn parkour and things to get away from people, but then there's one where they like judge you on it. Like you go to competitions and they sort of judge you on it based on how sort of graceful and the sort of spooky moves you do. Would you not think that's also extra? Like
Do you think that singing competitions are sports?
no, but not singing. That's not
No,
singing.
no, no. It's a competition, and you're using you should be singing from your
Yeah.
diaphragm, which
Yeah.
requires the use of your abs.
Oh, I think.
Do you think that's a sport?
This is now become a debate of what
I
consists
don't
as a
think
sport
dance
or
is
not.
a sport, and that's for the same reason I don't think that singing is a sport. I think they're above sports. They're
I
art.
think they're above sport.
Just because if you're an actor, for example, if you're like a Jared Leto method actor who like puts themselves through like rigorous training for a role, does that make that actor an athlete? No. That's not how that works.
Are you saying that my football isn't art?
It's not art. It's trash.
The way
I'm
the
sorry.
ball gracefully goes across the field as the players, covered in sweat, run
See,
to one another.
What you're doing right now is art, but the act itself is not art.
Okay, well, I still don't think it's extra though. Or at least I do. Okay, you can say it's extra, but like, I don't think it is. I genuinely think that like to be.
Is
I
this
don't
the
know what
end of the
happened there.
debate? Are we
No.
just like agree to
No,
disagree?
he's pulling the Ali like the reason that this.
Yeah, I'm.
So let him think.
Yeah, no,
Let them
exactly. You
think.
see, this is the way I do it. You know, because I cannot. This is why I have these as well. I'll spend the next.
Oh yeah,
minutes
you should
putting
put
on-
more on. Actually, give me one of those. See, me catching that just now was not a sport, right? Even though it required physical.
But does that bow tie qualify as a ball?
Is when is a ball
No.
not a ball?
No.
What
What
is
kind
a
of fucking
ball?
question is that, John Mill?
It's a great
Is a
question.
rock a ball? Is a dog a ball? If you're kicking it,
But it's a live species.
would you? This is not a live species.
No, a puppy is.
Yeah, it is.
So that's why. it does
But
not
you were
qualify
saying
as a
if you
ball.
kick it, then
Okay,
it's a
as
ball.
we said again, you're arguing with him, not me. And it's not about puppies this
It's
time.
because you agree with them.
I have
You're biased.
I have put
You've been
dissent into
possessed
the
by the
ranks.
ball demon. I demand a new.
It's contagious. We're on the same couch.
It's going to end up the evening like all of us speaking in unison, like, thank you. Ball sports are not extra. We all agree with one another now.
I am the ball exorcist. These two are possessed. I am here to fix them.
Yeah, but James,
Yes.
we have a proper argument to go back again.
We do. I have a proper argument to go back against. What was the argument against? I got
They're
distracted by
not
ball
extra
demons.
because they are art and therefore they are not sports.
But surely art can be extra as well. Like,
But we're not arguing that art is extra. We're arguing that sports with balls are extra.
yeah, I know, but like, if you know, but surely, like, if sports is extra, like, that's Wait, what? I'm confused.
I don't know what you. Okay, what's not to understand?
I didn't get the question.
Sports
Yes.
with balls
Yes.
are extra.
Okay. Right,
Not
that's the thing.
art is not the discussion. We are discussing sports with balls.
But you know, because
So
I wanted to rebut.
the fact that art is extra
is
not-
irrelevant.
exactly.
Okay, fair enough. No, like, to be fair, you've already said, right? You've already said that sports without balls can be extra, right? We have agreed on that point. You said that they can be extra, right? You said that earlier.
I retract that
no,
statement.
no, you cannot retract.
So-
I'm allowed
this
to
is
retract
leading
my
into
statement.
something.
Okay.
Yeah, this
okay,
is
go
leading into
ahead.
something. So, right, and we have established, right, that is not necessarily a bad thing, right?
There are good and bad kinds of
There are
extra.
good and bad kinds of
yes.
extra, right? Okay, right. Now, the thing is, with sports with balls, we have to remember that when we look at all the sports. Oh god, my last bow tie's gone. But the thing is, like, how can you argue that? It's like it's a matter of personal opinion. I genuinely don't.
No,
think...
it isn't.
Well, I did. Okay, right. Okay, so
Finish.
so right. Okay, so imagine, right? You have someone like kicking a football around a muddy field for an hour. Like, what's extra about that? That's just like, you know, what's actually extra? What would you define as extra? What makes that extra? The fact that there is a ball there.
I'll tell you what makes it extra.
Do you also need these bow ties?
No.
I can.
No. You can put on that if you want, but I'm done with the bow ties. I believe my choker speaks volumes.
Excuse me.
No, the thing
I'm never
that
done with bow ties.
Ooh. The thing that is extra is that there is now a ball there, and an extra item that would have previously not been there. And also you're being possessed by a demon of balls.
Sorry, I'm such a child.
We're all such children. I said it for a reason.
Well,
I
the
said
thing
what
is-
I said.
But would you then argue that any sport with like any form of secondary apparatus is then extra? So would you
No.
then? So what? So why isn't, for example?
Because you're not being possessed by the pole in which you do pole vaulting.
Okay, what about like I don't know. I was about to say what's javelin. I was about to say harpooning, but then I remembered I'm not an 18th century sailor.
You have to remember that you were in the year 2021.
Sorry, it's the demon inside me. He's
He's a really old demon.
yeah.
He's a boomer demon.
Yeah, no, no, but that's the thing. Like,
Than that.
okay, so the only reason, this is your argument then. The only reason, and correct me if I'm wrong here, that sports with balls are extra is because there is a demon, a hypothetical demon. There is no proof of
No,
this demon.
it's real.
It's real. What
It's
makes
real.
it real? So the fact that this demon
It's
exists
real.
apparently.
They
and that is
know
the
what I
only-
mean.
You get it. You get me. Yeah. No, like so the only reason the demon is what? No. The only sorry, I was like I was thinking-
See, even you believe in the demon. You were
No,
being possessed by it earlier.
The only reason you're arguing that this is extra is because apparently there's a hypothetical demon who we haven't proved its existence. We haven't done it legally, remember? Okay?
You were
So-
possessed
No
by the
scientific-
demon
We
earlier.
have no scientific proof
Nope.
for it yet.
This is-
Except for
will not-
your experience being possessed by the demon.
This will not be held up in a court of law, Ashlyn.
But we're not in a court. We're in a debate. And I say it's admissible as evidence.
I am the moderator, and we are still reviewing that request.
Okay.
Okay.
So that's the only reason it's extra, right? You know, but I don't think it's extra. I just think it adds some nice things to it. Because I think extra implies, especially as you said, extra implies a bad thing. What's so bad about just enjoying it? Like, do you actually, on this point, I'm going to say I'm now about to argue against myself because I was about to say, do you think it would be funny watching a load of people run around after like an invisible ball? But that would actually be really
That would be a
funny.
lot
It's like-
funnier.
It's a lot of people like running around pretending there's a
that's
football
that's
there.
Quidditch. That's what that is. But
But I'm enjoying this much, so like keep on talking.
Yes.
Keep
Sorry,
arguing
yeah.
with
Please,
himself.
Sorry.
please.
I don't need to moderate that.
Yeah.
I'm
Sorry.
enjoying this.
No, sorry, right, okay.
You're arguing with the demon inside of you
Yeah,
that
it's-
does exist.
Well, that's the
We
thing,
are
right?
still
you know-
reviewing that request.
It's okay if I say it enough times, they'll believe it.
Yes.
but that's the thing, right? Like I genuinely don't think it's extra, right? Because it's it's something which we've been doing for a very long time. We've been playing sports with extra apparatus and especially with balls for a long time. Football was, I think originally it used to be a sheep's bladder or something. Like that was what they used to do. Like I'm pretty sure that's how they used to do it. And that's the thing, it's been something that's been going on for a very long time, and I don't really think, it's not really extra in the sense like, because when you call something extra, right, again, it's like sort of extravagant, exciting, ooh, like pizzazz, right? That's what I think. But when you look at like things like football or I don't know cricket, because I'm British and I need to keep up stereotypes, if you're looking at football or cricket, like they're not particularly the most extravagant of things. They're not the most like pizzazz. Like if I go to a bar and I'm speaking to someone, maybe I'm trying to hit it off with someone. Ooh, right. So maybe I'm trying to hit it off with someone. Like they do not. If I said to someone, "Hi, I play football every day," they would not think pizzazz. They would think that they're pretty down to earth, right? They would think that, right? And same with I think if I said cricket, then they would probably look at me like, "What are you doing? Why are you from the 1920s?"
What is the argument? We're getting off track.
No. That's the argument is like extra implies pizzazz, right? That's what I think. I think
disagree
extra
with
implies
that.
pizzazz. Right. I think extra implies you've got exciting thing, so it's not extra, when you say, oh, that person over there is a bit extra, it's like, they're maybe a little bit, I don't know.
Maybe they're just doing too much. That's also a definition of extra.
Okay, but there are different definitions of extra, and we've come into, this is an issue of semantics now.
This is an issue of personal opinion.
It's also an issue of semantics, because I think extra, or the way I define extra, and we probably should have defined this at the beginning.
We should have, but it's more fun this way.
It is more fun this way. I like how, I think even in, your guys' first, when it was just you two, you also, defined the terms, 40 minutes in.
Yes,
pretty much.
The argument is about defining the term and not the argument itself.
Okay, but it sounds like, first at the least, it sounds like your argument is we've been doing it for so long. It used to be this thing. It used to be a sheep's whatever.
Yeah, but it's we've been doing it for so long. It's now a normal thing. It's a down to earth thing. I don't think it's eccentric. And actually, no, that's a lie because people have been doing weird things for the whole of history. But
yes,
okay.
Why is it acceptable just because we used to do a lot of things that we stopped doing because they were bad?
It's got into cultural relativism. Oh no!
To her point, we've been running from the beginning of time.
We have been.
Oh, we can't use our idea that we had for the topic. We cannot mention it, but it will be a future episode. Just stay tuned.
But okay, I retract my previous one, but my one about being eccentric still stands. I genuinely think when the definition of extra for me is someone who's eccentric. If I see someone who's extra, I think that person is eccentric. That person goes out of their way to maybe make themselves look slightly different, or maybe they go out of their way to stand out a bit more.
Why not just say eccentric?
Well, different words can mean the same thing.
But extra is not used that way.
Why?
It's always been used.
Has it? I've always
been used.
So we heard his definition of extra. What's your definition of extra?
The actual definition of extra.
Your definition of extra.
No. This is how I was there when this word was created. I was there when people said it.
I was there when the wisdom was written.
Exactly. Extra means when you say something is extra, it is over the top.
Yeah,
and
eccentric.
But no, that's not necessarily what over the top means. Over the top as in unnecessary, as in they didn't need to do that, but they did it, and I guess we have it now.
They say they put on another bow tie.
That is how it was used. It was used as kind of a low-key negative thing.
Okay, well, excuse me, there's nothing negative about my plethora of bow ties.
Yes, that is true, but I would not call that extra. I would call sports with balls in them very extra.
But that's the thing. How is kicking a football over the top? What's so over the top about that? If I say I kick a ball,
it's over the top when they miss the goal.
That's true, but also when they score the goal, it's over the top.
A good one.
But once again, I revert back to.
Okay, but what's extra? That's just the motion you make while running
It's
after
a very
the ball.
extra motion.
So what you're saying is anyone who runs as well is then also extra by
everyone
proxy.
who runs too fast is while kicking a ball.
But what? so running without kicking a ball is not extra.
Yes.
But when the ball is there, it automatically becomes extra.
Yes.
Yeah, it makes the ball extra thing.
Makes the ball
an extra
exactly.
thing.
That's
it's doing too much, and I don't like it.
You don't.
It's upsetting to me.
Well, that's the thing, like, because genuinely, like, why did I say genuinely like that? Genuinely, I sort of ate my sentence there. Sorry, genuinely, that's how I'm going to say it now.
Can you please say the sentence?
Sorry, sorry. No, you can't make the argument. You can't say that running without the ball or running after something which isn't there is like, if I'm running after something that isn't there, surely that's more over the top than me running after something that is clearly there.
I didn't say that running after something that isn't there and running were the same thing now, did I?
Even though running is still pretty extra, you know.
No, like jogging, like going for a jog, is that extra?
Well, it is if you're me, because I don't do much sport, so.
But running after something and doing like a morning jog or like running
after your dreams
or
is extra.
Track and fields, right? You're not running after something. You're not trying to find an invisible ball. You're just running around the track, you know, or cross country, whatever it's called. That's not the same thing necessarily.
But the thing is, ball games, right? Ball games, they're very exciting and they're fun, and I genuinely don't see how it's over the top, because, like, you know, humans have sort of we get very bored easy, you know, and I don't think it's particularly over the top to be like, oi, like, you know, one person looks at the other, and this is an actual representation of how ball games were invented. So one person goes up to the other and goes, "Hi," and the other one catches it, and that's how they were invented, right?
Well, what if they didn't catch it? What if all of humanity could have been saved had the other person not caught the ball?
No, but if they didn't catch it, I'll go, "Wow, that was such a great innovation you just made." That isn't over the top.
Are you sure?
And it isn't extra. And I think that we should continue doing this for the whole of time.
You sure they didn't say,
Teach me, master.
You sure they say, "Oh, fuck you won't, mate"?
Was that your English?
Yeah, because it sounds like something the English would invent. They invent every bad thing that's ever existed.
Has little dogs on it.
People put in comment, how many bow ties do you think James will end up with by the end of the show?
It's a drinking game. Every time I put on a bow tie, you take a shot.
It's another level of enjoyment to our podcast.
Make sure you have at
least. We currently are at 5, and he still have some neck space, so don't worry about that part. So let's see in comments, how many bow ties do you think he will end up by the end of the show?
How many bow ties do you think James owns? That's an even bigger.
That's not going to be drinking for a long time.
Yes.
That will be just putting infinity and moving on.
Yeah. That should be like a fundraiser thing, you know, where they like, guess how many things are in the jar. And you have to like throw a number, and the closest one, they win a cash prize. This is that.
Well, excuse me, but if someone comes in here and decides to do a spontaneous best dressed neck competition, this person's gonna win.
Best dressed neck.
Yeah, best dressed neck.
Best neck.
Best neck.
Neck gang. Best neck gang.
Best neck.
Does that make me a neck nudist?
Yes.
Yes.
You're a neck nudist. That would be a really cool Instagram handle. You should make that
Neck
your
nudist.
Instagram. Neck
I
nudist.
just constantly put picture of my nude neck.
You start an OnlyFans called Neck Nudist.
Hi,
Okay,
I'm
let's go
Jamil,
back to the
and
sport.
I have an OnlyFans, and I'm going to sell you pictures of my neck.
That can be your video for it.
Thank you for that, Jay.
That's
Yes.
okay.
Back to the sports. and
Yes,
the balls.
sorry. We're getting very distracted,
Yeah,
but
no,
I think this is enjoyable.
You think this is an innovation? I disagree
I
with
think
that.
it's-
Why it's not an innovation?
Well, that wasn't the argument. You were saying that. Well, it's not an innovation. You're just chucking a ball, mate. Like.
Yeah, exactly. There you go. You're just chucking a ball, so it's not extra. Look, listen. Did you not hear how mundanely you said?
You understand?
Just chucking a ball, mate. You know,
You
just
understand?
chucking a ball.
Would you just?
He's chucking a ball. There you go. There you go. It's not extra.
You understand that more things happen in ball sports than just going one time.
Well, don't know what ball sports you've been playing, Ashlyn, but the ones I play,
What sports do you play where it's only one time you throw it, and no other time during the game?
It's usually like something like I don't know. So if my friends are playing frisbee or something, and then they pass it to me, and then I catch it, and actually, yeah, no.
Yes,
James can't catch for
frisbee is once again not a ball by definition.
Okay, sorry. Okay, maybe
let's
we're
not go there. I say a puppy is a frisbee.
no. Okay,
if
right.
you wanted to kick a
Let's not go
frisbee,
there.
Okay, fine.
Jamil
Well, no.
kicks puppies.
So the amount of-
2021.
So the amount of ball sports I play, ball sports.
The
that's a
amount
very
of balls
strange way
I
of saying
play
it.
with.
The amount. Yes, subtlety. The amount of the amount of games I play where it involves people throwing a ball and I only have to do it once are quite a few, because most people will pass the ball to me, realize I have no clue what I'm doing, and then will just proceed to not pass the ball to me anymore. It is the sad life of someone who has no hand-eye coordination. That's the thing, but it's
Well, it's not extra for you because no one ever passes
like-
you the ball.
no, but genuinely, so do you enjoy watching football? This is a question.
No.
Oh, no, right. Why do you not enjoy watching football? Do you think it's boring?
I think it's extra.
You think no, genuinely, do you not think it's boring to sit at a screen and watch people kick a ball around?
I
for
don't
a
think
few
it's
hours?
boring. I see why people would enjoy it. I
Right,
think
but
it's
you-
extra.
But you don't enjoy it yourself, not because it's extra, because you find it boring.
Why do you think that that's my opinion on this? Because it's not my
I
opinion.
assume this is your opinion.
Well, you assumed wrong.
Well, that's why it was an assumption.
No, I don't like it because of the fact that the game is extra. The people who like it are extra. Case in point.
Why don't like it though?
Well, look at what you're arguing for it though.
Why no? But again, that doesn't necessarily mean because it doesn't necessarily mean I can
You
say they're
could have
not
just
extra.
gone with that. I was making a jokey joke. But
What?
I was making a jokey joke. You could have gone along.
Oh no,
with
because
it.
earlier I was being sarcastic about it, and I
Yeah.
didn't know if it was interpreted as
Yeah.
Extra.
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 Yeah, no, that's the thing. No, because the reason why I genuinely, and this is a genuine thing, and I'm sorry, I'm probably about to lose my British passport by saying this, but I genuinely don't like football.
You're under arrest.
Yeah, I know. That's the thing. It's
we
not that
invited you for this show just for that.
it's an intervention.
I work for the British government. I'm showing my passport.
Well, that's the thing, right? I genuinely dislike football. I don't mind. I'm not going to say it's evil or whatever. I'm not going to be one of those people who.
I will.
I'm not going to be one of the. Why would you say it's evil, Ashlyn? Actually, that's
Have I not mentioned
Okay,
the
that's fair enough.
demons
Oh,
many
the demons.
times?
Okay. Well, that's the thing, right? I don't like football. I don't mind if you do like football, each to their own. But it's just me personally, I genuinely find it really mundane. I just don't like watching people kick a ball to each other. And I know it's more than that. And I know it's, it can be very intense, especially, your people running up and down the pitch for, hours.
Intense as in extra.
As an extra. No, intense as in physically intense. But, I still find it mundane to watch.
It's extra
No,
for
I
them.
I don't know, because I genuinely I genuinely find it mundane to watch. I find it really boring.
Well, that's your opinion. We're
Well,
here
it's-
to debate facts.
Oh, yeah.
Demons.
because this has always been such a fact-based
Yes,
topic.
we are
yeah.
the most factual podcast on this
We have
website.
James- we have James from Joe Rogan podcast fact checking there. James, is it extra?
I don't know how many more bow ties I can do, man. I
Oh
don't
my
know.
god.
You don't tell them. They need to guess.
Yeah, exactly.
Right, I'm gonna bring out my trap card. Okay, this is my trap card. Okay, okay, right. I'm not gonna let you see my emotions, so I've got sunglasses. Okay. Try reading me now, poker face.
Carry my.
Let's go back.
I think
to
this
the debate.
James is pulling an opposite strip poker
Yeah.
right now.
This can be your photo. It could just be like me in this. Like this will be
Yes.
your thumbnail, and people will look at it and go,
The
"What
before
happened?"
and after.
Yeah, the before and after. This is
You.
We're here to make an appeal.
You when you play sports without balls. You when you play sports with balls.
For
I
all,
rest my case.
for all comedians watching, every person who comes onto the Undebatables podcast will face a terrible fate. Just look at me. Please help. Send. Send.
Could you imagine a PSA, a drug PSA that's like, please help at the very end. Not don't do drugs.
Yeah.
Don't be on the Undebatables podcast. Just help me. I'm trapped.
Send €5 to my address in Vienna.
Per bow tie.
Per bow
Bow
tie.
tie. You're looking at quite a lot of money. I've got a lot of bow ties. Thank you.
You guys need to start clapping now. Yeah.
With €5 a day, you can help this child.
You could help this
Can
comedian.
go against his bow tie addiction.
Yeah.
I genuinely
Only
can't
you
see now.
can
This is
stop
great.
bow tie addictions, just like you can stop ball sport addictions today. They make you. They turn you into this. They turn you into extra.
What do you have to say about this gnome? What do you gonna say?
I have
this
nothing
gnome?
to say to this
gonna-
In
gnome.
all fairness, this is not
This
a fair,
gnome
this
no-
is not a fair debate.
It's 2 versus
Two
1
against
now.
one,
This gnome knows what he did.
This gnome.
and he
Are
has
you
too
really-
much wisdom.
Are you gonna look at this poor innocent gnome, audience? Because I'm
This
trying
gnome
to, I'm
has
trying to,
committed crimes against
Excuse me.
humanity.
This is an appeal to emotion, Ashlyn. I'm trying to do. An
I
appeal
am
to
also
emotion.
appealing to emotion. Crimes against humanity are horrible, and this gnome has committed them.
But that's besides the point. Okay. This gnome agrees with me wholeheartedly.
Yeah, and he is a bad
The
gnome.
gnome agrees that ball sports aren't extra.
This man has committed war
So
crimes.
by agreeing with Ashlyn, you are not only letting down me and the whole, or every sport which has a ball in it, you are also letting down this gnome.
This gnome has committed war crimes. Do
This
not
gnome
align
has-
yourself
This
with
gnome
this
has
gnome.
committed
We
horrible
have
atrocities.
We have Jamie from Joe Rogan still fact checking if this gnome did committed war crimes or not.
we
We
need
will
a fact
put it
check
in the
on that.
description if he did commit war crimes.
This is genuinely getting really hot. I'm taking off the bow ties.
See, it's bad to be extra. No. Actually,
Oh.
I will return the bow ties to you.
Ugh.
Moderator,
That's-
say some stuff.
That's a really nice, because no one would have guessed that by the end of the show you have 0 bow ties.
You know, my bow
Exactly.
tie addiction has been cured. The money you sent, or at least
What
I
a plot
assume you
twist.
sent.
Ta-da!
Oi, catch.
Why are you doing it? Why are you saying it in that voice?
He couldn't.
You're about to lose
Oi, catch.
any British, like any you're like any form of like everyone from England now is just gonna be
Good.
like, no.
They know what they did to us.
Okay.
I'm genuinely
Again, this is not a political podcast. This is about sport with balls. We will never stop laughing about that. But let's keep on moving.
I
You have
can't
another
wait.
argument
Wait,
why sports with balls are extra. Or
my concluding statement is ball sports are extra because of how much they move and how fast they move. I don't like it. And the and the influence that these ball sports have on those who watch them. The demons are not just possessing the players, but also the fans. They are too loud and they need to
They need to.
I rest my case.
James, do you have any closing statement?
To all the fans who are currently possessed by demons, you know what to vote for tonight. You know what to do. Ball sports are not extra. Not only are they not extra, they're great. Okay? They're
Kill
just
all
great.
demons.
Okay? They're great. And
Battle
just
the
to show you how
demons.
great it is on my side of the story, I will play you off with an ending song.
God.
Okay? Thank you. That is all from me.
Thank you everyone for watching. That was another great episode of the Undebatables.
We argued fuck all. What was that? That was the most awful debate I've ever done.
So you want to
before
come
we're
back
ending
to the
recording,
podcast?
Yes,
I
we
do.
will have you for sure.
Yes.
So before we go on, thank you everyone for watching. Put in comment which one do you think won. Do you still think that sports with ball are extra?
demons.
Or do you argue with James that sports with balls are not extra? Put in comments what do you think. As
Support the
usual,
gnome.
Friendly reminder: this gnome has committed atrocities towards mankind. Do not align yourself with
Friendly
him.
reminder,
Again,
this
we are
gnome is
still
great.
checking on that. As usual,
Unfriendly reminder.
like, subscribe, share this episode with your
Yes.
friends. If you like it or not, we don't care. Still share it.
Can I plug my
And
stuff?
we will get back to you in a
Ah.
moment.
Yeah, stop
And-
being extra.
And
You got the most.
if you have any ideas, suggestion, what we should debate in the next episode, put it in comment. We're gonna go through them. We will not get to the next episode, probably the one after or after or after. We'll read all of the comments and we'll see how it goes.
If they are extra,
So-
we will say no.
Since James since he's choking, do you have something to plug now?
I just drank water the wrong way. Just so you all know, that's a great way
So
to
just
end.
before you die, real quick.
Yeah, just
do you
before,
mind?
just before I lose. Yeah. Right. Okay. So follow me on Facebook at James Thornhill Comedy if you want to see more. Recently, I made a video about a duck who committed tax evasion. Search on YouTube The Tragic Tale of Tim the Duck. Sure, you'll enjoy it. On my
We will
Facebook.
put that in the description.
Yeah.
Yes.
And on my Facebook, I think my like Facebook is at James Does Funny Stuff. I think is the all one word.
It will
So
all be in the description
Yeah.
regardless.
I will send it to them, and they will put it in the description along with the contact details for my gnome. Should you want further discussions, with this.
Report this gnome to the UN and have them stand for trial.
Thanks everyone for watching and see you next episode.
Bye.
Bye.